Hi Gemini, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading. This week we're looking at work, career, finances. Okay, seeing what's going on for you with your work, your financial situation, all that fun sort of got to work stuff. Um, but please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate your support. Every single like and comment and subscribe. The channel really does rely on your support. Being such a small, non-monetized channel, I do really appreciate every single little thing that you guys can do by showing that support. So thank you. This week I am going to be using, I've got the Power of Love Oracle. And we will be looking at work and career with the Jester Lenormand, and then we've got green for money. We've got the Tanis Lenormand for the financial side of things. Okay, so getting into it for you, Gemini. I do apologize for any sniffling or coughing or anything like that. Ongoing sinus issues, guys, so I do apologize. Gemini, what's going on for Gemini with work and career? I might actually just do just in general, work, career, and finances in general. What does Gemini need to be aware of with work, career, and finances in general, please? We'll go into a little bit more specifics when we move over to the Lenormand. Okay, so firstly, we're seeing satisfaction actually jumped on out here, Gemini. That one does say, you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. So I feel like this is job satisfaction, knowing that you're doing a good job, that you are, able to do this job to a level that you are, proud to be doing that. And for some of you, definitely having a lot of job and career satisfaction just in general. Spontaneity. Okay, you move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. So for some of you, there is a new element being introduced, whether this is career or finances. There is, the need to embrace changes when they do occur, to, be able to make spontaneous sort of decisions when it comes to work and career. So we'll delve into that a little bit more as we go, I feel. We do have release as well. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. Okay, so for some of you, you are able to release. I do feel as though for a lot of you that's got more to do with your finances, that you're able to, release any negative energies that you have been holding on to when it comes to your financial situation, releasing doubt and fear about financial stuff, and knowing that, I can adapt and change, I can adapt and whenever any changes happen, overall, I can do this. I just sort of feel that sort of energy. You're releasing the negative thinking around, dealing with money. Okay, but we'll have a look a little bit more specifically here. Firstly, I want to just double check, what's going on with that spontaneity. I do feel as though that's something sort of specific here. So I'm just going to clarify that by itself. Spontaneity energy for Gemini with work, career, and finances. Please clarify. Okay, so that spontaneity energy, constraints of the mind, moving beyond constraint, and embracing new situations. We do have the ring and the mouse coming out in regards to that spontaneity thing. So this is got to do with a cycle or a pattern for majority of you here. For some of you, this may be embracing a new change, a new challenge that you're facing, within work and career, where there's a specific work relationship that you are losing. Someone may be moving on to a different area, or you're moving on to a different area, and you are losing a specific work relationship for some of you here, but knowing that you can still sort of get on with things and you can embrace this new change. regardless of losing that particular relationship. So for some of you, it is like a co-worker relationship. You may have a strong relationship with somebody, and there is a change happening there. Someone you're close to, like I'm getting like your work wife or your work husband might be sort of leaving the job. So you're sort of having to embrace that change and work out where that leaves you and whatnot. For the rest of you, where that's not a specific relationship, it's a cycle or a pattern that has, been a reoccurring theme with the job. So it's like we always do things this way. There's this cycle that happens within the job. So I'm kind of getting drawn to, like repeated procedures and that sort of patterns for a lot of you here, that it's like a repeated procedure, having to do something the exact same way every single time. And there is something about that being changed. There's the loss of a step is what I'm getting, that, you may, for some reason, there may be a change going on in your workplace where, they've brought in, like a robot that is taking care of a certain step. And so, you're having to adjust to removing that step out of your little cycle, your little routine. For others of you, it's a cycle or a pattern that the business as a whole has been sort of, notice within the business as a whole, that winter, for example, a lot of businesses that are, outdoor sort of businesses and jobs where you have to work outdoors and things like that, winter always, everything sort of slows down because you're unable to physically get outside due to rain and all that sort of stuff. So you are just sort of, there's a bit of loss as part of the cycle. So the amount, and it just causes a bit of stress when we hit that loss cycle, that loss of that cycle. It's just stressing you out a little bit here, I feel. I don't feel like it's anything hugely dramatic. And the more that I'm sort of feeling that energy, I do feel like it may be actually a co-worker relationship rather than just out and out a loss of a relationship within the workplace for a lot of you here. Very interesting. So, leave me a comment and let me know if you know what that is for you yourself. But just in general, okay, Gemini, what's going on for Gemini with work and career? Work, job, career for our Geminis. What does Gemini need to know in regard to career? There's that spanner in the works. It's literally a spanner in this particular, or a wrench in this particular deck. It's actually the key in this deck. So we do see the key. A new opportunity, a new door that's being opened to you here. I do feel for a lot of you, it's got to do with this spontaneity energy, this change that's happening. It's some sort of it's like when one door closes, another one opens. That's the energy I'm getting here with this key. And we do see the rider coming through with that as well, which does sort of show us that this is going to probably happen very, relatively quickly around you. For some of you, I'm getting that there may be opening up, like literally opening the door to new premises for some of you here as well. But, it does lead us to this whip energy, the broom in this particular deck. So it's like, it's like, having to spring clean and clean up that cycle, clean up that pattern, clean up that, I once again, I do feel as though for a lot of you, it's linked to this spontaneity issue where it's, this person leaving their role or this cycle having some sort of change being made to it. It does sort of lead to this broom energy where things are needing to be sort of tidied back up and everything sort of fixed back up a little bit more here. It does lead to a little bit of, sudden, I'm getting the energy of sudden changes, sudden things that are, oh, good news, we're changing our procedure to do this. Good news, we're fixing up this cycle so that, we can look at this, because it's wrapped up in a new opportunity, in a new door opening here. But it actually leads you yourself to a bit of just tension, I feel, for a lot of you. There may be some sort of, just conflict within you yourself as to, how do I deal with this? Do I know what I'm doing anymore? But overall, you've got that satisfaction. So you do know what you're doing here. I just feel as though it's like just a little blip for you here, Gemini. I don't feel like this is anything, hugely dramatic or anything like that. It does just feel like, I'm just keep getting this image of like, the boss, this writer being like your boss or something, coming in saying, oh, guess what? We've got this new opportunity to, and even if it's that person leaving the company or whatever, it's like, oh, we've got this new opportunity to, fill this role with a brand new person, but, they're not focusing on the fact that we have to, like, that someone's leaving in order for this role to be filled. You know what I mean? So it's affecting you a little bit personally, I feel, more so than the actual job itself. I feel like for majority of you, it's just having to, maybe relearn how to do things, how to relearn how to get along without this co-worker around you and that sort of thing. Just a little bit of tension, maybe a little bit of drama going on about, it's not feeling anything hugely dramatic. Like I said, it's not feeling like it's no news is kind of good news. It's gonna, when we have one of these sorts of readings, Gemini, that it's like, if nothing huge and dramatic is going on, it's going to show us the next biggest thing, the next most important thing. And it kind of feels like that's what's going on here, that there's nothing, huge, there's no big, huge dramas or changes happening. And so it's kind of just pulling up the next closest thing that, maybe just a passing concern rather than this is going to be like the whole month or whatever, like it's not feeling like it's like in the long run, it's not feeling like it's anything hugely dramatic here. Gemini and their finances. Gemini and finances. What does Gemini need to know in regard to finances, please? Clarify that central card, please. Clarify that central card. So whatever's going on in your workplace here, Gemini, it may actually work in your favor. And you may not realize that just yet. Because like I said, we're seeing you feeling like a sense of loss, that, oh, I just don't know how I'm going to deal with this, a bit of tension, a bit of stress. But, I feel as though this may actually have a positive impact on your financial side of things. Firstly, we have the letter. Some sort of communication. I do feel that this is specifically some sort of paperwork, some sort of communication maybe about paperwork or contracts, that sort of a thing. So for some of you, it's like contracts and signing a new contract, or we've got this new, cycle pattern going on. We've taken something out. We've tried to streamline this cycle. Someone has left, and it's opened the door for this communication about, oh, well, we need you to re-sign your contract and maybe take on some extra responsibilities and get more money. I feel like for a lot of you here, because we do also have the ring coming through here as well. I am seeing some double ups here. So the ring, we are seeing that, it's creating a stronger pattern for you financially, especially with that being clarified by the bouquet and the key. So, maybe that's why we're seeing that, oh, look, new opportunities for you here, good news, and you're kind of like, oh, I don't know about this. We got to tidy some things up. I got to tidy, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm in a bit of conflict about this. But, you are being given a new opportunity. You are being given a new opportunity to engage in a brand new sort of cycle here, a stronger cycle for yourself, where you receive more in return for what you're giving to the company. So whether you own your own company or whatnot, we do see reciprocal time, love, energy with the flowers, reward for all your hard effort, and that new opportunity opening up to you. So that's the reward for all your effort, that you've got this new opportunity opening up to you financially, having a stronger relationship with your financial self. It just feels like overall, generally, um, an increase in your financial state, especially being backed up by the star here as well. The star does talk about your wishes coming true, dreams being fulfilled, staying hopeful and optimistic that, all these things have happened for a reason here, releasing any negative energy that you are sort of feeling. I feel like for a lot of you, I keep getting the word trepidation. Okay, so whatever's going on for you at work, it's kind of just like this whole, oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's just like, I'm just feeling like a little bit hesitant because I'm nervous about, where this could go. In a negative aspect, that you seem to be thinking, straight into, oh, this might go wrong, that might go wrong, and you're needing to release that negative energy and realize that there is actually a lot happening here in your favor, and it's going to work out for you financially. Okay, so regardless of what's going on at the job front, we are seeing a lot of satisfaction, in the job front. But then financially, we're looking at all your dreams coming true. So try to stay very hopeful and positive, optimistic that this is actually working out for you really well, because it does seem to be here. Okay, so even if you are experiencing, the loss of a relationship within the workplace, or the loss of some sort of, the loss of part of a cycle that you've become used to, change is necessary, and being able to embrace that change, and release the negative worries about that change, is really going to see you clear here, Gemini. So overall, I do feel as though this is, some positive energy, some positive changes happening for you here. So when someone comes in saying, good news, Gemini, this new opportunity is coming in, it is actually good news. I feel like your instinct is going to be like, oh, I don't know about this, hesitancy, trepidation, but it is actually good news. Okay, so it's paying off for you in the long run. So don't hesitate to sign that new contract, and of course, make sure you are reading things through and things like that, and negotiating higher things for yourself. We do see reward for all your hard work, stronger relationships here. So I do feel that if that's something that is right for you, you probably are in a position where you are able to negotiate, a higher pay and all those sorts of things as well. Financially, your backing is good financially. So it looks like it's all good news for you, Gemini. But you are more than welcome to check out all your other placements, of course, see what's is coming through for all those, and hopefully I will see you all again soon. Make sure you subscribe.